just a slight sort of confession. Full of keenness and excitability, I thought I'd get out and get some stuff done. You know, get to the shops to do the things that I wanted, and I forgot that I was sort of living in the wrong time zone. So I'm filling in a little bit of time. But if you've got to fill in a little bit of time, what more beautiful things could you be looking at? These are absolutely gorgeous. Now this is the town of Roche Posay. I'll prove it to you in a moment, because at the end of this row of roses is a war memorial. They always have the name of the town on the war memorials. I wonder if this one will prove me wrong. There we are, we're commemorating aux enfants de la Roche Posay, mort pour la France, to the children of, or the sons, I suppose. And there we have this French soldier standing there, clutching his rifle. And the tragedy, of course, is how many names are on this memorial. And the continuing tragedy is we as a people will undoubtedly add to that, won't we? But there we are. As I say, I sort of thought I'd stop and look at that just to confirm to you the name of the town. I'm going to wander a little bit along that way. I think there's things you're going to like. Now, comparatively, this is quite a busy town. It's a little bit touristy. There are some spas here, and yeah, there's a moderate amount of industry and such likes. And he's stopped exactly where I wanted to take a picture. Never mind. I was just wondering, where you folk live, do your towns have entrance gates like that one? It's all happening here, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, as I was saying, do your towns have entrance gates like that? That's a little bit special, isn't it? Do try with the camera to show you things, but cameras are only a very narrow way of looking at things. Just look at that little road that runs down there. The only way to really see it is to be standing where I'm standing and yeah, experience it. Come and see. In La Roche there are all sorts of accommodations and hotels and restaurants and things. It's not that far from where I am in Azay-le-Ferron, but yeah, this is a little bit more touristy, so it caters for foreigners. Yeah. I don't know if this is an upside or a downside, but yes, this town caters for tourists. And those sort of folk that can't go anywhere without buying a butter dish or a thimble or something. Or fairies. Yeah, okay. What we're going to go and have a look at, though, I'm just going to go and hang my nose over the bridge, because I didn't get a chance to really look at this when I came in the car. You know how it is, you're driving, you're trying not to run into traffic and things. I didn't look, but I think this is going to be quite a spectacular bridge to hang your nose over. Yep, safe to cross. Yeah, I hope none of you suffer with not claustrophobia, what's the other one? Vertigo. Yeah, you wouldn't be suffering with claustrophobia here, would you? This is open space. I guess I need to make a video later on travel links and things like that. There's airports near here, there's railways near here, or you can buy an old Skoda and you can drive here from England, it's not a big issue. I get by with a very small amount of French, although it may be said that my French is improving. I think that's necessity being the mother of invention or something. If you don't want to starve, you need to know the French word for bread and things like that, don't you? I don't know if you can see it, there's a heron just sort of flapping its way across, and there's a swan down there, and there's a bridge further along, and there's a horse in that meadow. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful. Oh, there's a grey heron, probably going looking for its breakfast. I don't suppose he knows the French word for fish either. I'm getting a little bit of rain on me head. Not a lot, but just a little. And while we're here, we'll just go and have a look at the Église Notre Dame, the Church of Our Lady. Sort of be rude not to, really, wouldn't it? It's just there. Oh, look at that, bits of castle. Yeah, okay. Dans la rue Notre Dame. That's quite a shed to have in your back garden, isn't it? Probably should have done a before and after, but you know. One of the joys of this building is it hasn't got any foundations. There's nothing under it, which means, well, obviously there is something under it. There's the earth, and we're on clay, which means that it shrinks and it heaves and it does all the things that clay does, which means that the render sort of comes apart and some of the little stones get loose. And I've got bits of job to do all over the inside of the barn. I've got some similar things that need doing inside the house. But the truth is, I haven't done this sort of work for 20 odd years. So although this isn't as important as the house, I thought I'd start gluing this all up to get my hands back used to the idea of mixing mortar and pushing it into holes and things like that. So I'm sort of enjoying myself, staying dry, because today we've got rain. Not a lot of it, but enough to drive me indoors. So there we are. This incidentally is the start of a project to put a shelf up, because when you've got shiny new tools you want shelves to hang them on, don't you? Yeah. But there we are, that's what we're up to. Oh, I'll show you these. I picked these up this morning. Aren't they wonderful? I would call them brads. I think these, you know, I've never seen brads like that. But yeah, they're going to come in handy.